32-year-old Robbie Murphy has been living with Tourette's syndrome for most of his life. 3 months ago, after a consultation with a specialist, he was prescribed a new medication which may help lessen the severe vocal tics associated with the disorder. Only this drug, Abilify, isn't covered for Tourette's and PEI. Mr. Murphy's mother, Lori, is pushing to get that changed.
So after we met with him for about 2 to 3 hours, he gave some suggestions of different medications that he wanted Robbie to try. 2 of the medications we did try. Robbie had already tried them when he was younger, but they thought since it was so long ago we'd try them again.
Okay.
But we did, and they didn't work. So when we went to the pharmacy to get it filled, they told us that it wasn't covered by the government. The doctor put in a special request to the provincial pharmacy, and that took about 4 or 5 weeks. And I didn't wait for the letter to come back. I called them, and the lady that I spoke to told me that it wasn't covered and we didn't qualify. I said to her, I asked her if she knew anything about Tourette's, and she said no. And I said, how can you turn Robbie down when you don't know anything about it? She feels really good about this medication. And because they've tried it on Tourette patients in Toronto, it's supposed to slow down the tics or stop the tics, as far as I know.
He said he just wants this chance to lead a more normal life, not just for him, but also for his 10-year-old son, Parker.
Just being able to go in public and be treated like a normal person would just be great. That's
And to be able to take Parker.
Something I never felt before. Kids cry when they see me coming. Old people look like they're gonna drop dead just by the second I come. So I don't get, and it's hard to take my son places because I came to the point just a few years ago that I just didn't care anymore, and whatever I say in public, whatever goes on, I don't care. I just keep my head down and keep doing what I'm doing. But my son, he's young, and he kind of looks around, and taking him out in public just upsets him with me. He gets more upset than he does having a good time with me out in public, because he sees and hears the way people talk to me and the way they'll laugh or point or try to whisper something to their friend that is totally offensive to me about my disability, and they act like they're whispering, but they're plainly saying it right out loud. And he just gets upset because he's never gone anywhere in his life as his father where anybody treated me nice or treated me with respect or was nice to me in any way whatsoever. Definitely getting treated the way I do in public, it makes it worse.
Makes it worse.
Especially when I have my son with me, because I get more nervous for him than I do for me, because you do whatever you want to me. I can take it, I'm fine, but when you're making my kid bawl and cry in public because of this horrible embarrassment and names you just called his father, that irritates me. Yeah, I just get treated horribly anytime I leave the house. Yeah.
So I'm hoping that, we'll get his story out there and, have people more compassionate to him when him and I go out in public.
When I go place, I try to go very early in the morning or very, very late at night because there's nobody there. Right. And I can just get in, get what I want, go through cashiers, register, and I'm out of there.
We never asked, Robbie and I never asked for 50% better, 75% better. We just want 25% better. Something that'll give them a better quality that we can get them out there. So, we're always hopeful.
It's funny when I'm out in public, and the cops in like a McDonald's or something like that, and I'm in there, people are looking at the cop like he's supposed to do something. Like he's supposed to be the one to grab me and throw me out the door. And they'll even go up and say something to him, and they'll just laugh and say, "There's nothing wrong with him," and try to explain it, and they still don't get it. And then, once the cop leaves, then they'll start talking shit and mouthing off and calling me names and telling me I'm a disgrace to have out in public. It's bad.